Hello, all my subscribers. Greetings. There's no real way to escape it. The eclipse is sending a huge amount of electromagnetic frequency into the earth, which is causing it to affect us as people. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it energy. You can call it chi, anything. Point being, it's affecting us. And the more you can disbelieve it, like my grandparents do, say, there's nothing wrong. Yeah. Ever met one of those people who only agrees with you if they want to be right? Like, you'll tell them something 100 times and they won't listen nor believe you, and then they'll say, I was listening. Then why weren't you responding? It's called a conversation. Then they will only agree with you to disagree with you. It's like, oh, there's a pole shift. No response. Then I'll say, this person doesn't believe. And they'll be like, I never said that. Of course I do. Anyways, back to the point. Some people just cannot ever say how they're feeling. Instead, they'll be passive aggressive. So, this shift, this energy affecting the earth, and I can already see it in my grandparents. Easily. Very easily. They're starting to argue more. And yes, if you guys ever see this video, you guys do argue. It's called a disagreement. When you don't listen to the other person, and you don't listen to the other person, and nothing gets resolved, that's called an argument. But a lot of people have the problem of never talking about their feelings. They can maybe discuss it. They can maybe ignore it. They can be mean to other people just to get out the pain that they're suppressing. But people like me who aren't afraid to just say how we're feeling are the ones that are considered bipolar, autistic, crazy. Oh wait, because we're able to express ourselves? That's what makes us crazy? I actually think the passive-aggressive people are fucking crazy. And I love to say it, I live with two of them. Just because you're nice, you're giving, you're caring, you're nurturing, doesn't mean you can't have a dark side. I'm not going to give any names. But saying no after every other word is what I said in the other video, a hidden insecurity. Yes. So, look, I just crossed my arms. That's body language. Look it up. And let me get back to what I was saying. The people who hide the most is inside their own selves are the people who are being deadly affected the most. And they're trying to suppress it. They're trying to suppress their feelings, because they normally do, which gets them nowhere. They're good followers, though. They're good obeyers. Those kind of people are really good at trying their hardest to fit in and be normal, when they know inside, internally, they aren't normal. I just made a really good point. And it's not just mentally that people are being affected. It's physically too. You could either be losing weight, gaining muscle, gaining weight, getting dizzy, getting tired, having weird symptoms where your stomach hurts. My stomach's been hurting all day. On and off. Your emotions can fluctuate during this shift. But what you can't do, and I'm just telling the truth, a lot of people are going to commit suicide during this shift. Because the people who suppress their feelings the most never say how they're feeling until they eventually explode outwardly and get mad. Those kind of people are the ones that are going to kill themselves because they're so used to just suppressing everything that when they can't anymore, they don't know what to do. They aren't like me, you, because guaranteed most of my subscribers are like me, or somewhat kind of like me, where they can express themselves and they're considered outcasts for expressing themselves. It's sad, but it's true. See, the people who are, I want to call them warriors. The people who are warriors, I am always a mage though. Speaking in nerd terms. The warriors, the people who never give up, regardless of how hard or what they're going through, those people are going to survive. The fakers, the conformists, the please accept me into society, those kind of people will either die from suicide because all the weird changes that they just don't believe could be happening, the skeptics, they'll kill themselves because they won't know what's happening to them and they won't want to deal with it. Some won't. Some will just keep denying and stay the same and be antisocial and unhappy. Or 3, they will eventually go crazy and kill each other or just cause lots of chaos because they're so used to living in a planned society, a planned perfect utopia. And you know what? You know what our elites have been doing for the past 7 years or even longer than that? They've been building an underground base with food, doctors, scientists, all of this. Someone leaked a video. It's all, and they showed the machine that digs the holes into. It's underground. It is a last resort base for the elites that the elites built that they can go in when shit hits the fan. A lot of insane survivalist Christian people, I used to be one of those, not Christian, but insane survivalist, constantly thinking the world is going to end. Those kind of people will be guaranteed, some of them will be the people who get paranoid, more paranoid than normal because they already are paranoid, and shoot someone or rob a store or hide in a forest with campfire and a tent. I realize all the shit that's going down very slowly because the elites have to sneak stuff in instead of just pushing stuff really big. They have to slowly brainwash us so our subconsciouses accept these things. Like you'll see commercials if you're a conformist, brainwashed person. You'll see commercials of transgender, or you'll see commercials about being equal, or you'll see commercials about feminism. Slowly on TV, on commercials, on the internet, on YouTube, you'll see happy families with this drug. They have to slowly prep, is that the right word? I think it's prep your mind. Prep the people's minds. Prepare their minds for something they will introduce. And the reason people get mad about these things, some people get mad, And then they'll just eventually accept it because months before or years before they've been prepped to accept that information. Even if you disagree with it, your subconscious doesn't. Think of your conscious mind, your subconscious, and your unconscious as layers, as stairs. You walk down the stairs. Your conscious mind right here, just picture a person, and that person is an idea. It walks down the stairs, and if it's let in through the door of the first floor, it reaches the subconscious mind. And once the subconscious mind repetitiously keeps doing it, it will slowly enter through the third door to the bottom floor, which is the unconscious mind. Whatever is in the unconscious mind that you use repetition with will eventually become automatic. If you listen to a subliminal that has, I control my fight or flight. I don't get mad when this happens, or I use these moves when this happens. Your unconscious mind is the automatic reflexes. It's the fight or flight. It's the reproduction, the sex, the sleep. You can change how your sleep patterns work subconsciously because it will eventually reach the unconscious. It's amazing how we work, yet no one questions these things. No one wants to go further into the research like I do. I like to educate people, not about current events, not about history, not about traveling. My God, the people who just talk about cultures that we've been told about and traveling, well, these people in this part of the country, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that just shows you're a conformist because you're watching all the TV, all the news things that are happening, you're complaining about it, and you're believing everything you've been taught in school. Even though they have books, any fucking person can write a book. Anyone, any person can write. I wrote a book, A Fake World. And anyone can put what they want you to know into a book. We're taught one thing. We're taught one subject. We're taught a bunch of subjects that they want us to learn in school. Not what we want to learn. And if we question anything, we're sent to the principal's office, we're sent to the counselor, we're sent home, we're given to Saturday school if we misbehave, if we act different from everyone else. If we're not a perfect little zombie listening to our teachers, I call them slave masters. I had, luckily, a really good math teacher, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have graduated high school. But it's not the teachers. It's the way that everything is set up in this society. I don't blame the doctors. I don't blame the EMTs. I don't blame the cops. I don't blame the teachers. I blame the structural rules that those people are given to learn. They're taught certain things, and that's it. They have to choose to learn more things. Like, the event is coming soon, YouTube channel said, that I watched in a video that came out yesterday. By the way, their other account got taken down by YouTube. So, the second account that I was watching had a video about how new spiritual leaders are coming forth. They're coming into fruition. They're rising up. And they pretty much said, these people can be you, these people can be your parents, these people can be your neighbors. You have some people, not everyone, has a higher life purpose. Ever since I was 4 years old, I was having seizures all the time, I knew Because I always had this thing where I could just keep going. Regardless of how hard the challenge was, I overcame it. And I knew that I always had a higher life purpose. Because things in my life didn't make sense. Certain things happened that were shady. They were different. They were strange. They had no explanation. Like waking up with a dot. Like I got a shot right here every morning for years. Waking up with strange shit happening to me. And I was the only one in my family that questioned it. My mom would always make an excuse. Oh, that's because of this. Then you ask her a year later, she changes the reason. And I remembered it. Even though I had epilepsy, I remembered it. Growing up was hard for me. Because I had nice grandparents, yes. But that's not the point. Growing up was hard for me because I was the one with epilepsy. I got the most attention from my mom because she constantly wanted to protect me, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just too, I was born very independent. But I was spoiled and babied by my mom and kind of my grandma because I was the kid with epilepsy. I was the kid that had learning disabilities. Which, and this is the truth. You can't deny this. My older sister was semi-jealous that my mom would constantly spend time with me and overprotect me and give a lot more attention to me. You can deny you can deny that all you want, sister. I don't hate you. No. But that's the truth. I was, and I still am, a very intuitive person. I'm a very clairvoyant person. I noticed things. And if I ever pointed them out, I would get in trouble. Because people don't like hearing the truth. Regardless if it's from a kid. If my kids, which they will be, are smarter than me, I'm going to be happy. It means I fucking did something actually right. What's wrong with that? Tell me. What is wrong with your kids actually being smarter than you? I mean, they don't have the world experience. They haven't experienced things, but they can have clairvoyance, intuition, which makes them smart. That's what I see as smart. Doing a math equation, I don't consider that smart. Yeah, you're good at one thing. Or you become a teacher, an English teacher. You're good at one thing. Or you become a fruit picker. I don't know. It's because there's fruit outside. You're good at one thing. The people who are better than other people, like me, I can say that because I know it, expand their minds. They aren't afraid to go out and learn multiple things instead of just one subject and learning multiple sub-subjects to that. Like if you like English, you learn writing with it. You learn reading. You learn those things. You don't branch off. You don't learn about stocks. I've learned in the past 3 years about survival tips, stocks, video editing, Photoshop, YouTubing, health. I've learned more. Subliminals. I've learned so much more. I learned a multitude of subjects because I wonder. I've learned about the flat earth. I've learned about the circular earth. I've learned about tons of things because I want to. I question things. What's wrong with that? Society doesn't like the people who question things because those people are smart. They want to train, because that's how we're trained in school, they want to train fucking stupid people. The people who just follow direction, get A+. I've said this before in other videos. I won't say it again. They want conformists. And when they don't have a conformist, they make a bunch of names for that person and name call them. They're bipolar, they're autistic, they're ADHD. You know, maybe, just maybe, people who are low-functioning autistic, the people who live in their minds and can learn anything like that, and they don't have any social skills, those kids are brilliant. But we give them fucked up names like Asperger's. That's just an insult to injury. Naming a disease Asperger's. Oh, really? Really? I'm gonna name the next mental problem, as you call it, a problem. I'm gonna name it Turtle Dick, or Pussy Metal. I mean, Asperger's? Really? Why don't you just actually come out and say, these people think really fast. They can't pay attention very well because they're constantly learning new things. They're constantly wanting to explore. And then these people constantly don't have any social abilities, but they can learn ultra fast and they can stay focused in their own mind. Yet you elites, you guys just give it names. You name call. You know what I'm going to call the normal people? Sheeple. That's what they're actually called. They're called sheeple because they follow the herd and they don't think with their own brains. That's true. I'm going to end it here because 1, it's getting hot in here. 2, I want food. And 3, I'm getting sweaty.